We usually read ancient religious texts looking for theology or moral philosophy, but if you read certain chapters with an engineer's eye, the narrative drops away. What's left is a technical specification. Take Exodus chapters 25 and 26. The text abruptly shifts from epic storytelling into dense, itemized lists of dimensions and materials. The command is explicit: build a sanctuary and make it exactly according to the pattern shown. The authors assumed their audience understood complex ancient Near Eastern metrology. They spoke in precise units like the cubit, or jo, and expected a deep familiarity with advanced Bronze Age metallurgy. We are going to extract that raw dimensional data. Component by component, we will virtually construct the sanctuary, exactly as the text specifies. Stripping away the narrative reveals a modular system where every component is specifically indexed for assembly. The primary directive of this text is to build a monumental, sacred palace designed to house the divine presence. But that objective crashes immediately into physical reality. This was a nomadic society, operating in a hostile, resource-scarce desert environment. This creates a severe engineering tension. The structure requires rigidity and scale to fulfill its purpose, yet it must remain entirely portable and capable of rapid disassembly. To solve this, the builders utilized a design framework that prioritized modularity without sacrificing structural integrity. We initiate the build from the inside out. The physical and geometric center of the entire complex is the Ark of the Covenant. This diagram shows the base dimensions dictated by the text: a frame of acacia wood cut to 2.5 cubits long, 1.5 cubits wide, and 1.5 cubits high. Then comes the material upgrade. The wood is plated inside and out with pure gold, and the instructions require casting 4 gold rings to serve as anchor points at the lower corners. 2 wooden poles, also wrapped in gold, slide through these rings. The text imposes a mechanical constraint here. The poles must remain permanently locked within the rings. They cannot be removed. On top sits the mercy seat, flanked by 2 cherubim. The specifications demand a distinct metallurgical feat. These figures must be hammered from a single continuous piece of gold, rather than cast separately and attached. This pairs with other inner artifacts, like the table of showbread and the golden lampstand, with its repeating biological geometry of calyxes and almond blossoms. These central objects establish a clear design philosophy. The architects combined material wealth with a functional handling system for immediate transport. With the interior artifacts defined, we need to construct the heavy skeletal housing required to protect them from the elements. This visual breaks down a single vertical wallboard. They are acacia wood beams standing 10 cubits high and 1.5 cubits wide. To anchor them, each board features a base joint mechanism of double tenons protruding from the bottom. These pegs drop into 2 silver sockets. The boards are then arrayed to form the perimeter walls: 20 boards on the south, 20 on the north, 6 on the west, plus 2 specialized corner reinforcements. But this introduces a structural vulnerability. A freestanding modular wall resting in gravity sockets is susceptible to the lateral force of desert winds. Exodus 26 verse 28 provides the engineering solution: a system of 5 horizontal bracing bars. Look at the middle bar in particular. The text specifies that it shoots directly through the internal core of the vertical boards, locking them together from end to end. By integrating gravity-locked mortise joints at the base with this continuous lateral tension across the middle, the structure achieves rigidity without requiring permanent nails or fasteners. The exposed wooden framework now requires a textile enclosure to transform it into a fully sealed, isolated environment. The innermost ceiling drape consists of 10 curtains made of fine twined linen, woven with blue, purple, and scarlet yarn. This diagram illustrates the linkage required to join these fabric expanses. The edges feature 50 specific loops uniting with 50 gold clasps, binding the sections into a single continuous sheet. Over this goes the first layer of weatherproofing, 11 curtains woven from coarse goat hair. Because this layer faces the elements, it is linked not by gold, but by functional bronze clasps. The math here is intentional. The goat hair layer is designed to be 1 curtain larger than the linen. This creates a functional overlap,
ensuring the coarse outer fabric hangs down to seal the inner linen from dust and sand. 2 final layers cap the roof, a cover of dyed red ram skins, topped by a heavy sea cow skin acting as the final weather shield. This precise sequence of tensile fabrics operates as an environmental seal, protecting the fragile interior from the external climate. When we step back from the individual components, we can finally see the fully assembled tabernacle as a complete, unified architectural unit. The materials used to build it are not assigned at random. The text encodes a strict spatial hierarchy. This cross-section shows the exterior reality. Rough skins and durable bronze are deployed outside, acting as the primary defense. As we move inward, materials transition. Silver grounds the foundation. Inside the sanctum, exposed surfaces shift to gold plating and delicate linen. This concentric gradient of material value increases continuously, culminating precisely at the physical center, the Ark of the Covenant. The logic of the blueprint is clear. Physical proximity to the center strictly dictates the required level of material purity and structural detail. Treating Exelis 25 and 26 as an architectural specification shows how the listed dimensions resolve into a cohesive, reproducible structure. The builders relied heavily on a modular assembly system. That allowed this massive structure to be erected, dismantled, and transported across a desert without suffering structural degradation. The mathematical lists of cubits, tenons, and rings on the page translate directly into the geometric reality of the golden frame. For the architects of the tabernacle, maintaining these specific measurements across every tenon and ring was a functional necessity. That technical consistency stands as the ultimate, tangible expression of their devotion.